Vanderpool away 12 times. Francis leads the way in scoring with 12 points. Vanderpool is next with 10. And it drops off sharply after that. Bella, 16 points for St. Francis. He's accounted for nearly half his team's scoring.
Well, the key to the second half is going to be McMaster adjusting to the zone defense of St. FX, but also, more than just Bella, is going to have to make a contribution in the second half offensively. I don't think one man can carry you all the way to the national championship, but this man could prove me wrong.
McMaster opens the second half with the ball, but Francis promptly turns it over. Bella underneath. Over Zauner, won't go. Vanderpool comes up with the rebound. And their ongoing battle continues. Vanderpool with 2 fouls. From the corner, Howard short. And an easy rebound for Bella. Hurdle to Bongo, and Bongo saves it. And X maintains possession. Nice play by Bongo. Corrigan won't go. Howard in the corner, likes it over there, but it won't blow. Francis rebound over Bella, and they've got Bella on the lead. And that is Bella's first personal of the game. It comes with 18:54 remaining.
Richard shook his head here. Look at his hands, and he leans right over and grabs the forearm of Francis. He knew right away that it was a foul. You know, it's interesting. Teams come out of the locker room, Gord, and a lot of outside shooting early. I think from a coaching point of view, they'd like to see the ball go inside and establish the inside game early in the half, and then come back to the outside game as the players get loosened up.
Francis, a 53% free throw shooter.
No, that's Richard Bella's first foul in the ball game, and he had foul trouble on opening night here in the tournament, so it's significant that he never committed a foul until the beginning of the second half.
Bongo wide open.
D. Bongo can be a real threat in the high post. He didn't play that position much in the first half, but he's capable of making that shot, so the defense will have to close out on Bongo, which will open the inside up for Bella.
With Bongo and Bella on the baseline, they can pretty much cover the entire width of the court. Howard's shot simply won't go from that corner. And X now with a 7-point lead. Hurdle. Rattles it off the rim. But Bongo with the rebound. Off the glass.
Bongo likes to use the backboard. He's made a lot of bank shots in this tournament. It's one of his patented moves.
Well, McMaster, a team that's been down in almost every game it's played in the last month. So they've got X right where they want him. And the shot for Vanderpool won't go. Down 13 to Concordia yesterday, but 6 minutes into the second half. And they rallied back. It was Zauner with 2 consecutive three-pointers. That was the key. Rassel wanted timeout there, but couldn't get it. Underneath. And Bella strikes again.
And great move by Bella, beginning to reestablish that inside game.
Timeout on the floor, and reason for X to celebrate an 11-point lead for St. Francis Xavier. Stay tuned at the conclusion of today's game for the TSN Turning Point, brought to you by Interstate Batteries.
Thanks, Gord. Steve Konchalski at St. FX. He feels now with this 11-point lead, they have Mac on the ropes, and he says this is where we make our move. We can pull away and put this game out of reach. That's what he just told his team, Gord.
That's what the other teams in the tournament have been unable to do to McMaster, though. Pull away. That was Concordia's problem yesterday. Counter, the corner. Yes! A 3 and a foul counted, and Bongo gets the foul, a possible 4-point play.
Okay, now they ran Jeff Zauner, the best three-point shooter, from a standstill position on their team all the way to the corner. Bongo has to know where he is when he's defending that baseline, because Zauner can light it up.
This is gigantic, and again, it's Zauner. Same thing as yesterday against Concordia.
He's got that confidence. He's got the senior leadership, and he believes in himself. If he gets loose against the zone and gets warmed up, he can streak 2 or 3 of those shots, put them right back in the ball game.
Now, lead that was 11 is down to 7 in a matter of seconds. Bella looking for Bongo. He's doubled. Bella puts it up, and it won't go. Great defense by McMaster.
Probably wasn't Richard Bella's first choice, but Sean Francis dropped down and double-teamed him, so he had nowhere to go.
Francis inside, kicks it back out. Sontrop puts it up short. And Bella, it's like a softball in his hand. Look at Lee go. Off the glass, and there's Vanderpool for the rebound. Haven't said his name much early here in the second half. Downer open from a long way out and well short. That was a major league distance.
Now, Jeff Zauner is a little disappointed in himself, but we talked about the great depth that McMaster's had in the tournament, but nevertheless, they've also had a difficult tournament. They've been up and down the floor a lot. It could be fatigue in the legs.
McMaster 2 for 16. Inside, Bella off the glass and good. Downer tried, by the way, more three-point field goals than the rest of his team combined. Over 200 he attempted.
And let me assure you, Mac is a good outside shooting team, but in the last half of the championship tournament, or in the last game, fatigue does set in, and great shooting comes from the legs. If the legs are tired, the shooting is going to be off.
Vanderpool working inside. And the foul is the third to Guy Bongo. Bongo hits 3. Now Blair White checks into the game. Bongo will go to the bench.
Now Blair White did a great job in the first half. He was responsible for X opening up that lead. He did a good job on the backboards. He blocked the shot and created a turnover, and they really hustled. Followed up a couple of shots and got on the offensive boards.
Vanderpool, a 69% free throw shooter.
But you know, as a first-team All-Canadian, when you're a team leader like Jack Vanderpool, your percentage is probably higher during the situations in the game where it really counts. You focus and you concentrate.
Time out on the floor. Max cut the lead down to 7. The Cardigan kids are at work again. We'll see how they do when we return. 4X. And Palmer, like Sean Francis for McMaster, is a great athletic threat. Francis is on the bench right now for Mac. Bella inside the lead. Back to Bella over Vanderpool, and it won't go. And the greedy Paul Maga came up with the rebound. Maga has it stolen away by Lee. And it won't go on the layup, but Lee gets it right back, falls down, and it's Mac ball. Good effort by McMaster to get back in what looked to be an uncontested layup for Lee. Maga. And here they come, down by 5.
This is McMaster's run right here, and one of the things that they do well is they penetrate, and then they kick the ball back out onto the perimeter for either the shot or then again another penetration. They're heads-up basketball players on the move.
Now, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Hurdle working on Maga, and they got him on the foul.
St. FX has to get some offense flowing from a point other than Richard Bella. Here's Jason Hurdle challenging the basket. Maga did not have defensive position. Created the bump. Both players go down, but foul on the defense. You've got to be established in order to draw that as a charge.
Here's White. Working on Pacini. And he puts it up over Cesare Pacini and Blair White, the unsung hero today for St. Francis Xavier. Maga. Team down by 7. Sontrop won't shoot off and from out there. And Bella leaps in to bat away the pass for Vanderpool.
See, Bella's wingspan is so wide, it looked like Vanderpool was open, but when Richard extended his arms, he covers a lot of territory.
And here Here they come. The starters are back in now for McMaster, so they weather the storm. Now Francis returns, as does Howard. Downer. Bella underneath on Vanderpool. That could have been a foul underneath. Bella loses it to White, and White is hacked by Francis.
Well, Blair White.
His third.
Blair White stays tough inside along with Richard Bella. He's complimented him very well today, but as soon as he gets his hands on the ball, he's turned right to the basket and he wants to go to the iron, and it's worked out well for him. Right here, he turns, squares, he's strong enough to take the hit from Sean Francis and draws the foul. You know, in championship play, you always have to have somebody step up to just that level, maybe a little extra, a little beyond what they normally play during the season. And Blair White's made a consistent contribution, but he's had an outstanding game today.
And X's poor free throw shooting continues. White makes the second. As a team, they shot 64% from the line. 8-point lead. Downer for Vanderpool, picked off by Bella, and here comes the big man. Big Richard Bella steps into the lane for the second time. And a call of travel on him.
Well, he did everything right, except he shuffled his feet. He turned, he went tough to the basket, pump fake, but right here, he turned, he got his hands on the ball, pump fake, lifted Vanderpool up, put the ball on the glass, but shuffled his feet while he was in motion.
Francis waits and hits.
Sean Francis.
Lead down to 6. 3 for Hurdle. Hits. And Hurdle answers quickly.
And Jason Hurdle could be the guy that steps up on the perimeter. They've got to have a little bit of perimeter attack to loosen the defense up inside.
Howard from the corner. Vanderpool with the easy rebound. He got fouled. And they'll count the basket.
Jack Vanderpool.
And Kuchelski can't believe it.
Vanderpool goes up hard, gets fouled in the act of shooting, but misses the shot.
Blair White takes his third foul. And Vanderpool goes back to the line.
Steve Kuchelski is hot with the official right now. He's trying to get an interpretation on why that basket counted.
Lead back down to 6. And Kuchelski still talking it over with the official.
I think what happened is when the defensive play went up, he got entwined in the mesh, and they called the basket good. You can't touch the mesh or the rim on the shot attempt. So that's the interpretation of the official.
White inside. And the foul's on Howard.
Look at the bounce pass down to Blair White. He gets the basketball, turns and square. A lot of help defense coming from McMaster. They've helped well, but what they haven't done is they haven't denied the pass into the post. The pass has gotten there all afternoon. Then they've come with some good help defense, but if they're going to be more effective defensively, they got to stop the entry pass from going down and low.
White 1 for 4 from the line today. 1 for 5.
And that hurts. When your big men get fouled and they go to the line, it really is just like a turnover if you miss the foul shot. So if they're going to go down inside and create contact, then the forwards have to deliver at the foul line, or it'll hurt the offensive efficiency of St. X.
Long shot won't go, and Merrick Palmer comes down with the rebound. Hurdle of Bella, and Bella puts it up on Vanderpool.
Great move by Jason Hurdle, penetrating, keeping his head up, drawing the defensive help in addition to Richard Bella for the easy shot.
Sontrop loses it to Lee as Palmer got a hand in. And Howard quickly fouls him. And this time it'll be Lee going to the line to shoot the foul shot. He's an 82% free throw shooter. Just to talk about the free throw shooting for a minute, Bella and White combined are 3 for 13 from the line today.
you mentioned, Gordon, look at the free throw percentage here. 7th to 16 for St. X, and McMaster not too far behind them. And, you know, if X has an Achilles heel, it could be the fact that their big men on the season only average 60% from the free throw line. And, of course, they get fouled most often. So they're going to have to connect down the stretch to be effective.
Inside for Bello, tips it out of bounds, and that time he can't make the catch. Mack just hangs in there. Hangs close and gets set to go on a run. Yesterday was a 23-2 spurt that put him past Concordia. Zauner, shot won't go. Vanderpool not in there right now for McMaster, so rebounds are going to be hard to come by. Palmer, 3, no. And coming down with the rebound is Lance Postman. Vanderpool is up now to come back into the game. And they've called White on the foul inside away from the ball. That's his 4th foul. And that's trouble.
Well, that's trouble because Blair White has stepped up and been counted today. So Steve Kachowski can't be happy about losing him at this stage of the game. But Guy Bongo is back in, and he can explode. He's been a very effective player in the tournament, so they don't lose much on that substitution. But by the end of the game, they'd like to have both players available if called on.
And Vanderpool is back in for McMaster. Sontrot, watched closely by Lee. Moves it closer, the shot off the glass won't go, and Merrick Palmer with another tough rebound inside. Dribble shot won't go. Bella fights for it with Francis, and Francis fights off the big man for the rebound. Vanderpool inside on Bongo. Back out to Zauner to Vanderpool. Now he'll kick it back out. Francis loses it to Bella. And Vanderpool, to me, Brian, looks tired.
Well, if he is tired, he deserves to be because he worked so hard in the first 2 games of this tournament. I don't know how a player could come through it without being somewhat fatigued.
Hurdle off the drive. Travel.
Good idea for Jason Hurdle, but took 1 extra step on the way to the hoop.
8-point lead. 10-10 to play in the second half.
Little dry spot in the game here now. McMaster had a little bit of a run before they hit this, but St. X has not been on a run either. They haven't taken advantage of McMaster's slowdown.
The lob pass to Vanderpool. Tipped out of bounds by the big Max Schenner. It'll be X ball. Bongo. And seeing his first action is Aristide Guilebet, and Guilebet misses. Guilebet, the 3rd player on this team from the Central African Republic. Outside to Howard. And perhaps the clap in front of the shot distracted him. I haven't seen that before.
Well, Merrick Palmer got there pretty quick, so Derek Howard probably had to rush that shot a little bit, but the perimeter shooting for McMaster really has been less than normal in this ball game, and if you're going to take those shots late in the second half of a championship game, you simply have to drain them. They've got to. I know Joe Rasso wants to establish a game probably from the high post down to the inside, and they just haven't been able to do that. They haven't found the inside post players to pass to.
The 3 is such a big momentum builder, but it also can be a tremendous momentum stopper.
Well,
and Lee missed again. Francis, top of the key, off a foot, and fights hard to get it back. Possession arrow, though, points to X.
St. X possession.
20 turnovers now by McMaster. Uncharacteristic.
2 key stats in the game of basketball that are very important. Winning teams usually dominate the offensive rebounding statistic and also the turnover statistic. 20 turnovers is as high as McMaster has been in most games this season. It's way too high to maintain control of a basketball game. They have to cut that down.
Guilebet. Back outside to Corrigan. Corrigan shot off the glass, won't go. Gilabay gets it over Vanderpool. And now puts it up. Long. And Sontrop comes up with it. Can Vanderpool go to work with Bella out of the game? Howard stops off the glass. The tip by Vanderpool. Yes.
Jack Vanderpool.
See, now the meat and the muscle is on the bench. Gilabay is going to have to find Vanderpool and block him out, or Jack is going to dominate the inside game from McMaster.
Bongo won't go. Maga rebound. With the lead down to 6. Vanderpool gets it over to Francis, working on 2 defenders. He kicks it out to Maga. Oh, great dish by Sontrop to Maga. The shot tipped in. Paul Maga with the tip. What a great pass in the lane by Sontrop.
Good team basketball by McMaster. A lot of penetration, a lot of kicking back out, a lot of passing the ball, and that makes it very difficult on the defense.
The lead down to 4.
Joe Rasso smells the opportunity to get back in this ball game right here.
Bongo gets loose, blocked by Vanderpool. Foul number 3 on the Big Mac center.
Steve Konchowski likes to see that. Vanderpool giving up a foul to somebody other than Richard Bella means that the bench substitution has been able to compromise one of the best inside players in the tournament in Jack Vanderpool. And here comes Richard Bella back in now. So Vanderpool has to be cautious. He picked up his 3rd foul. It's too early in the game to pick up your 4th. It'll really cut your effectiveness.
Brian, there are so many players that seem to play cautiously with 3 fouls, more cautiously than when they play with 4. And I know you have a theory about that.
Well, I think when a player gets his 4th foul, he really has to play flat out and let the string run out. You can't put a player back in the ballgame with 4 fouls and then he tries to maintain his status in the ballgame by not committing the 5th. The real key is the 3rd foul. That's when you got to substitute him.
Bongo makes 2, a 6-point lead now for X. 7:39 to play. We'll be right back to the Metro Center in Halifax.
All right, suck it up. We got 8-minute game. Right? Suck it up. 8 minutes, fellas. Go. Right here. 10's on defense. We need a defensive stop right here. Let's right down the other end. Stick it down his throat. He's patient enough to get inside. Let's go. Let's go.
Jamie.
Thanks, Gord. Steve Konchowski, just at the beginning of that timeout, told his team we're going to stick with that 32 defense. It's been working well for them. And plus, now that Richard Bella is back in the ballgame, they're going to pass the ball around the perimeter and work it back into the big guy. Gord?
Konchowski told his team we're 8 minutes away. So's he. After 18 years, the head coach in the CIU, Konchowski's long-awaited moment may be 7 minutes and 39 seconds away, and this entire arena is pulling for him.
Well, St. FX has dried up. They've scored 2 points in the last 4 minutes, so they really do have to get back into the ball game right here and put a little run on and get their offensive momentum going.
Sontrop. And Palmer grabs the rebound. Unusual for Sontrop to take that shot.
Well, great leap by Derek Palmer on the weak side of the boards, too. For a guard, he really can get off his feet.
Bongo likes that shot from there, but won't take it this time. Bella inside on Vanderpool. Vanderpool backed off a bit, too. Palmer. The 2 won't go. Bongo with the rebound, puts it on the floor, and Sontrop knocks it out of bounds.
You know, it's tough inside when you rebound. If you lay the basketball back on the floor, you've got everybody going to the boards to rebound as well. Bongo got his hands on the ball and then bounced it. Well, you've got defensive players in there that are going to flick it away. You should square up, no dribble, and go up strong.
Which he does. Bella this time puts it up big time for X. An 8-point lead. Vanderpool can't handle the pass from Zauner. Bella underneath, runs into Zauner. They call him for the charge. Bella's 2nd foul.
Well, let's look right here. Richard Bella gets the basketball. Zauner's right there. Bella turned and had the ability to see the defensive player and still charged into him. If the defensive player comes on the back of the offensive player so that he can't see him, Richard Bella could step through him and it would not be a charge, it would be a foul. But the fact that he turned and saw him, that makes it a charge.
Howard to Laidman. Vanderpool, top of the key, wide. And fighting for it underneath, another quick foul.
Picks up 2 quick ones, lowers the boom. Richard Bella inside, goes over. He has his arms extended, but he follows the ball down. Watch right here.
And now Bella has his third.
Now watch Richard Bella's arms. They extend and then down, reach in, automatic whistle.
Nice work by Piccini underneath, and Piccini goes to the line. A 52% free throw shooter.
And he was right on his average, 50%.
Bongo comes up with a quick rebound. Hurdle working on Zauner. And they'll call Zauner on the foul. That's his first foul of the game. Sean Francis comes back in now. He gets a rest as Piccini goes to the bench.
First, team foul number 6.
Quick bounce pass inside to Bella. Count it. And the foul.
Heads-up play by Brian Lee. He found the opening inside of the set defense, got the bounce pass, a good crisp pass inside to Bella. Not only the basket, but also the foul.
And most significantly, foul number 4 on Jack Vanderpool. 6:15 to play. Vanderpool's chances of finishing this game effectively are severely diminished. Bella misses, and Francis gets the rebound. It may be up to Francis to get more of those rebounds inside now with Vanderpool playing with 4 fouls. Timeout, McMaster.
McMaster take their third timeout.
Good call by Joe Rasso. He's got to talk to his team here with 6:09. They've got to do something to create some momentum. They've got to get back in the ballgame. They haven't been in transition the whole second half, and they're a great offensive team when they are in transition. I look for maybe some pressure defense here.
Enough time.
Let's go to Jamie Bone.
High scorer Joe Rasso McMaster said to his team, hey, you guys were asleep for the last 3 minutes. We got to get things going here. He's telling the guards, it's up to you now. We got to start taking those perimeter shots. It's going to be important. We can't work the ball inside. We got to kick it out.
Towner for 3. Wide, and Francis with the catch. And the shot off the glass.
Great move by Francis. He crashed the offensive boards from the weak side, and that kind of help is required because if the shooters are missing, you're going to have to get the second shots if you don't get the first.
The miss and the quick rebound for Mack. And a chance to cut the lead still further. Howard pulls up. Downer battles inside, and now it's Vanderpool coming away with it. The 15-footer won't go. Bella with the rebound.
One of the things Steve Konchowski wanted X to do is remain patient on offense.
Bella maybe not quite so patient there as the shot won't fall. He was trying to put it over 2 defenders. Howard to the corner to Liebman. Won't go. Francis the rebound. In traffic underneath and off the glass again. About the 3rd time he's done that this afternoon. And the lead is down to 5.
Well, Sean Francis is working